Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with the Tech Divas talking tech. I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. This morning, we just love to talk tech in English. And so we always like to start out with this day in tech history. So we're going to ask Francine to just bring us up to speed. What happened this week in tech history?
Yeah, well, let's see now. There's a lot of stuff. Let's see. You know how you reset your computer?
Oh, please. I've been trying all week. I did reset my phone and my iPad, but my computer has been a challenge. you know,
Okay, so go ahead.
what I was going to say is while you're looking for that, I wanted to say that I saw a segment on one of the news stations talking about how an individual has set up tech services for seniors to help them learn how to use their smartphones and how successful he's been with his training, and then it evolved into workshops. It started out with them coming to workshops, and then it evolved into online because of COVID. And they have been so happy because they're now able to see their grandchildren. You know, they don't have exorbitant cell phone bills from FaceTiming and different things like that. So I thought that that was really interesting that there are services available to help your seniors learn how to use their tools. And that's one of the things that Biz Chicks does. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe we just need to let more people know about it. So
Right.
if you know someone who needs those services, tell them to look us up and we'd be happy to get
To
together with them and show them how to use their tools.
Yep.
iPhones, iPads, things of that nature.
Everything, anything
Mhm.
tech related, uh, we can help with simple, very simple. So this week in tech history,
Mhm.
let's see what's happening. I got a couple of stories. Mac OS is born March 24th, 2001. Mac OS 10, the first public version of Mac OS 10, is released. The code name for this release was Cheetah, although Apple did not start using the code names for making marketing purposes until Mac OS 10.3, which was Jaguar. Um, March 23rd, 2001, the Russian space station Mir burns up in the Earth's atmosphere after 15 years in orbit. The debris that isn't burned up falls safely into the Pacific Ocean between Chile and New Zealand,
Mm.
in a region from which governments had routed planes and ships away. The station, which was launched in 1986, far exceeded its intended lifespan of 5 years. So it was a space station. It wasn't just a satellite.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. Is Yeah, the Russian space station. It was a station. So I don't know if it was a manned space station, but it burns up in the Earth's atmosphere after 15 years in orbit.
Wow. I wonder how much information they were able to um,
Retrieve.
acquire over 15 years.
Right.
That's a lot of observation.
And so I take it somebody was up there because they had to build it, right?
Yep. And maintain it. And
Wow. That's really interesting. And let me go here. Does anybody know what the first movie was that went on DVD?
I am clueless. Oh my gosh. Sleepless in Seattle. No. That was so in the middle of stuff.
Dr.
I have
Tachi
no
over here
idea.
in Clubhouse. Dr. Tachi, do you know what the first movie that went to DVD was?
I was about to answer when you said, do I know the first movie? No, not the first movie that went on DVD.
Okay, but you do know the first movie?
Yes.
What was the first movie?
So the first movie was actually not really a titled movie. It was, the Lumiere brothers in France. It basically developed the whole concept of film, and they shot something on the side, or they projected something on the side of a barn, which became the first movie, actually. And this was in the 1800s. So there's no title to it. It's just the first recognized movie.
Wow.
So the movie started at a drive-in? What? I'm teasing, Tachi.
Which is, I'm baffled at the wahala that's happening now. They don't want to recognize history. It started with drive-ins.
Okay. Because I know they drove over to the farm to check it out, right?
Let's call it a carriage in or a wagon in. Okay. Cars. But yes, it started with that on the side of a barn in France.
Wow.
There you go.
What we learn in tech history. They just need to carry on the tradition and, evolve. All right. So the first movie on DVD was Twister.
Really?
Yes. The movie Twister becomes the first featured film put on DVD. It sounds like, and the commentator on this blog said, FYI, it sounds really good in surround sound. I guess so, with all that whirlwind and stuff going. Twister. I remember that movie coming out and them idiots chasing
the storm.
That's the best they could do for a first film? Really the hell?
No, it wasn't the first film, but it was the first one to go on DVD.
Yeah, the first film to go on DVD. And see, they know because it's a novelty, people will buy it. So even if it's a lackluster film, because it is a new technology and everybody's into it, they'll buy it. They did a good one with that. Let me just say hi to Dryer Buzz and Glow.
Hey guys.
Glow.
Oh my goodness.
I want to have some commentary as we're going through. So, all right, Terry, you're up. What's happening in?
Well, I want to ask you this. Mm-hmm. You know how you say just one more night with the frogs, and how a frog is boiled gradually. They keep raising the temperature. All right. Disney has decided that you can handle just one more dollar. They are going from $6.99 to $7.99, which is basically $8. Just tell the truth and shame the devil. So now what cost you $70 last year or $69.99 will now cost you $79.99. And you'll start paying for this effective this Friday, today.
Okay, so it's $6.99, $13.99 monthly, and then they went from $69 to $79.
Yes, for the year annually. When you do it annually.
Okay, but that wasn't a dollar jump. That all the other ones were $1, but that annual went up $10.
Well, okay, let's look at this. It says subscribers can also get the Disney Plus. I'm talking about Disney Plus now. Hulu and ESPN in a bundle priced at $13.99, which yesterday was $12.99. But see, what I want you to understand is I love them because they knew better than to ask us for $5, $6. It says also available in bundle, including Disney, ESPN, and Hulu, without most advertisements. If you want to avoid the advertisements, that went from $17.99 to $18.99. But here's the trick. They have 100 million subscribers. So when they tick that over, that is 100 million extra dollars a month. Think about it.
Dr. Tachi is
they ain't playing. And see, that's why I say to you guys, when you're in business, do not despise small beginnings.
Or the little nickels and dimes.
They matter.
Go ahead.
Is this really a small beginning? They're Disney. So even if this is a new tier of what they currently do, it's not a beginning because they're Disney. They were without other people would be able to garner $100 million extra by raising the price simply because Disney already has that name recognition. So in a way, they're really not starting from the beginning.
When they started, Tachi, did they start at $6.99 or did they start at $4 something? Did they start $4.99 or they started lower, didn't they?
They did start low. I need to go back and
I need to go back. But I do believe they started out really low. Well, first of all, they allowed us to try it for free. Okay.
Well,
right, because remember they gave that whole free year of Disney Plus to people who signed up for the extra tier of Verizon. So if you had a premium plan for Verizon, you got a whole free year of Disney Plus.
So. Right, and Disney started this adventure when they broke away from Netflix.
Yes,
they went because they were seeing how Netflix was doing with their streaming service and charging whatever, and Netflix went up too. Everybody has gone up, and like Dr. Tachi and Dr. Tachi says that the cable companies are just waiting on us.
Yeah, they are. They are because it's just getting ridiculous.
What? Cable boxes waiting for you all to come back to cable. They are waiting in the wings with their stealth suits on, just ready to deploy people to hook cable back up for you again.
Well, can you see the ad now? You know, how much is it really costing you to stream like this? And then the list comes up and an addition at the bottom. $129 because it's so hidden. You're like, oh my gosh, really? Is that what I'm spending extra over and above my internet?
And like we were saying, singing as we're over here today, what we probably need to do is really take a good look at it because cable cannot give you what Disney can give you. So if you got to evaluate what it is that you're looking for, because I'd rather have on demand than I have to show up to a certain time frame. That's just not gonna work for me. I need on demand.
All right. Well, now my other article.
She had another comment.
Oh, please. Go ahead.
I apologize. I'm saying cable has on demand. They've had on demand. They have DVR. So they have they already have these things. They were just stupid and greedy in it. And people said, you know what? Please take the number 5 train to hell. We'll be over with our cord cutting friends. So
exactly.
They realized the faux pas, the major faux pas they've made. And they're strategizing. Although, I don't think they're going to have a very solid strategy because they're still thinking old model. People will still come back for it. No, we've changed. And another thing they're not looking at is who is the next generation of content, not just content creators, but content consumers. And how are they consuming? Are you making your ecosystem for the lower end of millennials, for the Gen Z, for the Gen Alpha, and how they consume content? They are not. So they're going to be in the same damn boat that they were before if they don't change. And I get off of my soapbox.
Okay, Terry, continue with that.
The other thing, how you doing this morning, TJ? TJ's in the house. Woo! All the way from New York.
I was wondering, I hear Dr. Tachi, but I didn't see her. I was like, oh, she's in Clubhouse only today.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just excited to have you in the house, our social media guru up here. So with that, my other article is about, are you suffering from Zoom fatigue? Okay. One company has actually decided that they're not going to do Zooms on Friday to give their people a break. And they're going to allow them to turn off their cameras because people are just like this all day. There's another meeting in 5 minutes. Just back to back. Can you imagine over a period of months, back to back Zooms like that, they said people are just exhausted. And so, as a result, they have decided to give them a break.
Dr.
And
Tati going to weigh in on this
let's
conversation.
talk about, can people suggest some ways to combat this Zoom fatigue? Go ahead, Doc.
So this is a case of, let me, before I get to the Zoom fatigue part of it, this is a case of you are already having too many damn meetings at your workplace. So this is just now an extension of a lot. There were already dysfunctional workplaces and people are acting like this is some new ish. It is not. This is what the hell you did before. People were sick of you, supervisor, before. It's just exacerbated because it is an online format, albeit probably because of the online format, they can schedule more meetings. But you had too many meetings to begin with, even before Zoom. So let's not pretend, oh, great and powerful companies, that you were fine enough right before. You were not. This is what you did before. People were sick of you before, and now they're sick, even more sick of you before. You're coming into their homes. Now you have the nerve to bring your silly self into my house, and now I'm doubly sick of you. But it's not just Zoom fatigue. I think it's also bad Zoom. There's a lot of bad video, bad Zoom, and people are tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing the terrible backgrounds where you disappear because you don't have enough light and you don't know what the hell you're doing. We're tired of the content of it. And what's happened is it is not worker focused. It is not employee focused. It's about what I have to say and that's it. You try to act like it is, but it's not. And so what they need to do, have you thought about, all right, okay, one of the best companies that I ever went to when I was a fellow for the Television Academy, the people that do the Emmys, I was a faculty fellow. We went to DreamWorks. All of us said, what have we done in a past life that this is not our life? DreamWorks has clubs. DreamWorks fed them breakfast and lunch every day, albeit now, this is probably not the case. But the thing is, they created an employee atmosphere that people felt like they wanted to come to work. So all you have to do is carry this over to Zoom. Are you doing things like maybe mindfulness or wellness classes in the morning that anybody who wants can come and join? Are you doing, clubs? You could do Zoom clubs for people that are interested. There are a lot of workplaces that do things like Toastmasters. Continue that online. You don't have to stop that. So cultivate the employee and the individual, and maybe then the hell they'll want to do some work that they're hired to do. But until then, you can keep screaming about your failed Zoom calls, and I relinquish the mic.
Okay. Well, I want you to know that Citigroup is one of the companies that decided they are going to do Zoom-free Fridays. It's one of the world's largest banks, and it's trying to start that so that people can end the week on a high note, knowing they're not looking forward to some exhausting meetings at the end of the week with everybody trying to rush and get a piece of them. Yes, darling.
I think they was calling in sick anyway, and they wasn't showing up on Friday.
You know what I'm saying? More than likely, because it is fatiguing. And not only that, I think the other thing they can add is maybe, remember we did that show where you showed us how to do the eye exercises, Francine?
Yeah.
And make suggestions like, are you wearing
your what are those gunners?
Yes, your gunners to take care of that blue light syndrome, for being in front of the computer all the time and the eye exhaustion. So it also is talking about the fact that because we're doing these Zooms, that the work day has gotten longer.
Oh, you mean you got to go to work after you get off the Zoom?
Yes, and now somebody else has some kind of little follow-up meeting, or because Citibank is international, someone in on another continent is having a meeting in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? That you're expected to be at because you could be there by Zoom. Whereas before, you just would get the notes. You know what I'm saying?
Just a couple of things. Remember when our parents used to tell us, don't sit so close to the TV. You're going to ruin your eyes. What are we doing right now? We are in front of a TV screen almost 24/7.
Look
So
at I'm looking at us on the TV.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So now your workplace is on your television. That is freaky.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, and perhaps that the company should issue the blue blocking glasses. We know
Mm-hmm.
gunners because that's the ones we use, but
Mm-hmm.
they should use the blue blocking glasses. Give all of the people in the, like, remember they came out with ergonomically correct chairs,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
desks and computers, and they set everything up. Well, give them some glasses too, so that when they're on, that you are protecting your eyes. And a lot of people want to know why they got neck strain and headache. It's because the blue is coming straight in. So
And
look.
they might need for you to come get your chair from the office so you can be ergonomically correct at home.
Oh, how
So
about they deliver your chair?
do you know what I'm saying? Just make some adjustments to help people acclimate to this new way of doing business.
We used to, when I was in grad school in the master's program, I worked at a place called the Open Back Store, and they actually had us come out and this was in Washington D.C. in downtown D.C. So there are a lot of companies in downtown D.C. They would actually have us come and do workstation evaluations to make sure that they were ergonomically sound. So we would just walk over to whatever office building it was and make suggestions for different types of chairs and different footrests, things to make sure that you are, lifting up your screen to eye level to make sure that you weren't straining yourself. And this was like in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So, now there are even more things to ensure your ergonomic health. So, these are simple things that companies can do to ensure that you don't get strained. And so if this is the case and you're working from home, are you making sure, like you said, that they have the proper chair? Are you, a favorite one back then was the Herman Miller Aeron, simply because it was such a good chair, and it's still really popular today. So just little things like that. But, it's on the company to decide they value employees enough to do that.
Right.
There you go.
And maybe we
So
should write a list of these suggested equipment so people can have a list of it. So I'm going to take some notes here and see if we can put them in the chat, because people need to be, if you're going to be online safely.
yes. And so it says mental health professionals, according to this article in, I think it's USA Today, it says mental health professionals have recommended that businesses consider cutting down on such meetings or being flexible about whether workers must have their cameras on in order to participate. Because people just, to me, it's okay. Look, I work for the government. I have never had the people that I work with, I've never entertained them in my home. I went to work, family, worship, we're all in different categories. And so now I feel like if I'm working from home and I worked for a company or a government, now those people are in my living room on my TV, friend. I'm like, what the
That's
heck?
why you get a home office, so you can compartmentalize and separate them from your
If you
space.
are so blessed.
Well, but you can set up a home office. I've seen them where they set up a
Little counter.
counter, and you can put
You create a space. You need to
right.
create a
Yeah,
space.
in the corner of the room, in the corner of a room somewhere.
This is why if you set up a space and when you or your children are in it, you won't be caught on camera naked and whatever. Just in a designated
Have a wall behind you so the kids can't walk behind you.
You know what I'm saying? Wonderfulness.
Now go ahead, Dr. Tati.
No, I wanted to, because Drybuzz is up here, and I wanted to hear what she has to say about it. I don't know if she's cutting soap or soap lady with the mostest right now, but I know what she has to say about this.
Hey guys, I'll jump in for a second. Actually, we finished up this morning talking about a lot of this, I went to the Pew Research, and I was like, where did Tachi go? And I told myself, oh, y'all, it's time for Biz Chicks. We got to shut down. The room's closed. Got to go back. Okay. But we went out to Pew Research this morning, and Pew Research is the one where if you're really trying to make any of this stuff make sense, I don't know what I just hit. I'm trying to get used to the desktop. Okay. In fact, I was just over here typing to a friend that this soap business is really becoming a full day of work. Like, I myself for going over my break because I need to get back to work. But no, it says experts say the new normal quotes in 2025 will be far more tech driven, presenting big challenges. And so we went through just some of the highlights on that. And, there's the whole good, bad, and ugly. I heard you guys talking about the cable companies. The one thing the cable company doesn't understand yet is we need the ability to turn it off and to turn it off. We need the ability to pause this thing. You can't come to me and just expect me to give you, what was it, $1,200 a year. Was it $1,200? It seemed like we were paying $1,200 a month by the time they tack on all those taxes, right? And and that's the thing about it is when you do subscribe to cable, it will come back with those taxes. Like you go pay those app fees, you don't have to pay the taxes that the cable companies are beholden to. Telecom is beholden to, I guess we should say, right? So that's why all those extra things that never, like they say, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. That's a TikTok thing for those not on TikTok. And then to the Zoom, I'm sitting over here listening to you guys about the Zoom, and I'm like, well, I'm self-employed. I haven't had to be on Zoom.
See, like that, yeah.
Yeah, I got a text, somebody talking about driving down to Izola's, y'all. Izola is, let me tell you what Izola's is?
Sure.
Izola is a restaurant. This is the problem with y'all not being on social media, okay? There's probably a wonderful restaurant around the corner from me that has the most amazing food, but because they won't post on social media, my daughter just texted me from her job on her break talking about us taking a 3-hour ride to go and eat at this place on TikTok. Why? Because I keep sharing their TikTok where they come on every day and just say what food they have on their steam table today, right? That's all they post. And when I tell y'all, it's some of the most salivating, down home, southern cooking they got baked chicken and fried chicken, right? They like fried cabbage, and that's all they post, right? And everybody I shared that, everybody come back, but it's a 4-hour drive. Okay, well, the place across the street won't even let us know what time they're open. So guess what we doing in the morning? We probably driving to Izola's because she obviously in a good mood. It's a 4-hour drive. But that's what social media does. And everybody's like, well, when y'all go, let's just go as a convoy. I don't know you. Who are you? Someone don't leave you, But that's social media, y'all. And if I go out here and if I post, we going to Izola's tomorrow, it's going to be some people meet us at Izola's tomorrow.
Right.
4 hours away. People going to say, well, I'm only 2.5 hours. I'll meet y'all there. I'm an hour. Because apparently don't nobody live in the town that they're in. Okay? That's where we are. And yet, most those of us, we keep hearing people say they're afraid to post on social media. Somebody going to be mad. They might get canceled or this, that, and the other. Y'all better use this stuff. Use it. And we were talking earlier about you have to use what these platforms are favoring at the moment. Yeah, it's going to change in 15 days. It's going to change in 30 days. It'll be something new tomorrow, and we're going to all jump on it. I'm over here now. I got a laptop on top of a laptop trying to do this, and I'm on my phone. And
You good, girl.
I got to see. I got to see you, right?
Right.
I'm watching y'all on Clubhouse. I'm watching y'all on TV because y'all on YouTube. And
yes.
It's not live. I'm listening on Clubhouse so I can hear everybody. And I'm here on my device. That's life, y'all. That's 2020. How did we get to 2020 and did not expect this to be a thing. That's the question I need to know. Who came into 2020 thinking that we weren't going to have to use technology in this way?
Well, the thing is, Ilana, I just am so excited to know that you have turned into Tech Central over there. And my hat is off to my co-host Francine, who decided she was gonna do some what I call ghetto engineering. That she was gonna do some engineering, open her phone and put us on Clubhouse, so we're also over here on live stream, and it just worked. So we are, as Francine says, building the plane while we fly it. We have to be flexible. So maybe no Zooms on Friday, guys.
Okay. You can come no Zoom on Friday, but you can come hang out on, with Tech Life Weekly on Friday.
Yes. You don't have to fix your hair. Your camera don't have to be on. Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I see Tati over here in the clubhouse. I was like, Tati not on screen. Everybody looking for Tati to be on screen.
Yeah, today, unfortunately, I could not. But that's the beauty of having another platform that is audio only, because I can do what I need to do while I'm doing this.
Cool.
But on camera, it doesn't look good for you to be into something else as you're doing that. So, my first love is camera. So.
Except we all want whatever Tara Lynn and say your name for me.
Terralina, but you can call me Terry.
You obviously got a mega screen over there. We need you to pan the camera, because what evidence you looking at over there?
You talking to me?
Yeah, because you're looking at your TV. You need to move your TV. If you're going to look at the TV.
Well, you know what? I'm also looking at my iPad when I'm talking about these articles.
Right.
Because I'm not looking up at my TV. My TV, when I look like this, now I'm looking at
your TV.
But right here, I'm looking at my iPad.
But viewers are nosy these days. We like, what she got over there?
It's my iPad, guys. I'm like Jarvis. I got iPads, phones.
That's a whole TikTok channel.
Yeah, showing people your workspace. Like, here's what you don't see. Here's what's behind the camera. Here's what's to the left of the camera.
Y'all don't want to see my
Whoa.
No, we're not showing workspaces today.
Wait a minute, Yolanda. Didn't we just say create an office space in your home?
Yolanda said it's about being vulnerable. And see, that's what happens. You get to see the Clint Eastwood, good, the bad, and the ugly of whatever is going on.
Bad, the ugly.
You get to, they want to know. That's why they're tuning in. The stage, perfect Stepford Wives type stuff, people don't want that. They want to see what you do. That's why Drive Buzz is so successful, because they watching her make soap. Cut the soap.
I'm gonna take y'all into the cutting room when I start making my kimonos.
Right, and that's what whatever you're doing. That's what Isola's did, right? Because I've never heard of Isola's. And Pat Murray over here, she had a comment. Isola's with an exclamation point.
Pat, we going to Isola's in the morning. So I don't know what time. I guess we'll have to leave at 5:00 a.m.
Now, you see, that's just not fair. You can't be offering all this delectable soap to other people and we can't get
it. Well, Tati, it's 4 hours south, so we'll be probably a few hours from you.
Yeah, okay, y'all gonna have to ship some stuff over here, because we don't have Isola.
Everything on the menu. I'm literally going to have everything. I want the whole steam table. If I'm gonna drive that far, I've got to have something called crab stew, and I don't know what is it. I don't know what that is. I live inland and I'm allergic to seafood, so I won't be having the crab stew. But then they have dumplings. I don't even know. But the thing about it is, I can go to their TikTok right now and see what's on the menu today.
See,
not fair. The restaurant across the street, I don't know what they got. Don't have a clue.
And because the restaurant across the street, the moral of the story is get on social media and tell people what you do.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
And you won't get mad. They'll be like, "Well, Drive Bus, you went all the way to Isola's. right? And I know, but y'all won't post.
We don't know what you got going on in that kitchen.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well,
Good lesson.
And because it's from the viewpoint of the consumer, it is not from the viewpoint of the person. I don't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. But the people, they don't know what you do.
Wow.
The whole joke, as they say in the South.
You know y'all could cook.
Hello. For sure. Well,
All right.
that's all I got this morning.
And so as we're segueing into social media, we got TJ.
Hello.
Hi, what's happening?
Wow. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. I got a little something in my throat. This week in social media news, we've got a lot going on. Always, Twitter is doing a lot of things. So let's talk about Twitter first. Let's start with them. So Twitter, I scroll past them. Twitter is testing emoji reactions and down votes. So you know how on Facebook you have the up and the down, the angry and all that. So Twitter is working on a rollout of emoji reactions. But still, they're not giving people what they want, that edit button. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're waiting for an edit button on Twitter, that's going to be on the paid version.
Okay.
When they do it, it's going to be paid, not free. So
wow, I got to pay the correct
here first.
Okay.
that's my opinion.
I know what you're saying.
That's from Twitter. See, Twitter is adding all of these features, but they're going to put it behind the paywall of paid Twitter and not free Twitter. So if those are things that you want, just get ready to shell out whatever they're
What do they call it? Upgrade.
Yeah, it's going to be the pro version or whatever version where you pay. I'm not going to be there.
I want to, because I do tech history, Twitter did not become profitable until about 3 years ago. They were doing all of this stuff, giving away all this stuff for free, running it in the background, doing all of that for free, and were not profitable until about 3 years ago.
Right.
Can I ask Terry a question?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking it. I was going to do it anyway, regardless. So with this, do you think that it will actually fly? Because what the uphill battle is with many of these apps is that they start things for free, and then they think people are going to come along for the ride once they start charging for them, and people are like, no sir, no ma'am, grenades in hell. There's something else over there I can use. So do you think that this will fly with people? Will people actually pay to get these features?
I think some will, but I'm glad you brought that up about starting out free and ending up paid, because that's what Medium did. Remember Medium, anybody?
Yeah.
Still look at it, use it, where you could, it was for journalists to write articles and gather and create a community, and it was free. And then all of a sudden Medium says, oh, you get 1 or 2 articles a month for free, and then you must pay. And I was like, Medium, bye. So it was a hot thing a few years ago, and now Medium's like, it's still there, but I'm not paying. So Twitter is going to be there, and I'm going to be on the free version. I don't care about an edit button, but if you do, that's going to be the paid version. The super follows and gathering a community and all of that stuff, that's going to be behind the paywall. Because like Fran said, it just became profitable 3 years ago. And then remember last year, He Who Must Not Be Named was the popular draw and brought people over to Twitter, and now he's not there anymore. So Twitter's like, okay, what do we do? So here come all the features, and it's going to be behind the paywall. So now, I don't know. I mean, I'm not paying. What's the consensus here for Twitter? Twitter paying.
Why would I pay for an edit button when I can edit it over here in one of my apps and cut and paste it?
No, they want to edit a tweet that they sent. They want to edit it. You can't do it.
It went out and recapture it.
Yes, you can't. No, you either delete it, but by that time, people have screenshot it, and it's not. They want to edit the tweet that exists. That's what they want.
And you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I got to be in there to pay. I mean, to use
What if
it.
they charge? They might put Twitter Spaces behind the paywall. What do you think of that?
Interesting.
And I'll be on Clubhouse.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean,
So, or
Right.
there are always alternatives.
The way Twitter works now works for me. I tweet, people read it or they don't, they retweet it or they don't. But there are people out there that want to have all of these features, and I say more power to them and pay for it. Well, you welcome to pay for it.
And
Mm.
Is there a feature where more people see your tweet though? Did you say that one?
A feature where people see more of your tweet.
where you can
No,
boost it or
that's
something?
the ad set. You can run an ad, and Twitter will serve your tweets to more people that don't follow you. That's ads.
right, and that's the same thing Facebook does.
They do that now. Yeah.
And Pinterest does. Everybody else does. You pay an ad, we'll put you everywhere.
You can create a tweet right now and buy an ad, and Twitter will show it to more people.
Dry Bones, go ahead. You were saying.
Well, I'm saying that's where they missed the mark because people don't want to see your ad, but they click follow, which means they've subscribed to your content. I need them. How about we just let them see it? So if you tell me, if you charge me for what I need, don't try to create all these other things just to get my money. I need the people that have subscribed to see the content. So go ahead and go ahead and hit me in my budget, my marketing budget for my email list, right? I'm paying software to manage my email. That email software is charging you by how many people you have on your list, right?
Right.
Okay, got a bigger list on social media. So go ahead and charge me for keeping track of that X amount of thousand that I have there and allow me to reach them. That's the only thing you need to charge me for. All this other stuff, like you said, I can go any number of places and get that. What I can't do and what you made sure that I can't do is contact these umpteen thousand people that have said, I want to see your tweets, right? Mm-hmm. Charge me for that. Don't all this other stuff, no.
We want them because the whole purpose of you getting on there is so people can find you, just like we were talking about. And TikTok does that right now.
See where we're moving, and I've seen it. I might have mentioned it a couple of times. We're moving to, I call it submarine marketing, where you periscope up to the surface and then you gather people, put them in your submarine, and you go below and have conversations that the public doesn't see. And see, now we're doing that. Twitter's doing that and saying, okay, you can still tweet, but if you want to build a community with the super followers, or you want to use the Twitter Spaces or whatever tools they're putting in their toolbox, they're saying, well, that's the paid version of it, of Twitter. And I'm saying, no, I don't want that. I'll just tweet, and whoever's above the surface, if they see it, they'll follow me. If not, I really don't care. But there are people that do. What I'm saying is people that do on Twitter, that they do want those tools. So Twitter's saying, okay, we'll give them to you, not for free. The free ride is over. And Facebook did that years ago, where they were like, your business page is the organic reach is close to zero. But if you want to reach these people, we got 2.3 billion or whatever the number is now of total Facebook accounts. You have to pay, and that's called an ad, because you set yourself on Facebook as a business with a business page.
And so what I'm hearing is that some of the ads that you put out should not be so salesy, but more relationship.
Well, yeah, that's true. We've been saying that for a while here, that it should be about building a relationship and not selling. I have this, buy this, buy now. You ever been in the Facebook groups and the first person comes in, they don't introduce themselves. They just come in and put a post about, I'm selling bundles. I'm selling this, buy for $3, and they don't even like introduce themselves or talk to other people to the group. They come in and spam with here's my link, buy my t-shirt, buy my this, buy my that. And I'm like, most people are like, no, I don't know who you are. But they think that's being in business and using social media correctly, which is not, because Dryer Buzz is using it correctly. She's making our soap. She's showing our soap on Instagram and Twitter. She's showing it. She's not saying buy it. There are posts that say buy, like today is the $5 sale, right? But she can do that. But she can do that because the other posts are not sales promotions.
Mhm.
They're her talking and showing and doing, and like she said, the soap making thing is taking over a lot of time, right? But she's recording that. So that's what connects on social media. When I want to buy, I know where the sales button is because she told me it's here. Or she has a $5 sale on Fridays. I know about it. So I go, I know how to find the link. So you don't have to keep spamming people with the link. We know where it is when we want to buy. And it might be today, it might be 6 months, but they buy.
What I'm
Right?
learning is
She
how
knows,
it's
right?
made, what it's made from. Ooh, that looks good. I think I need to buy one of those. But it's because, like with Isola's, they're telling you what's on the menu for the day or for the week, and you
Isola got shrimp Creole today, y'all. Okay.
And see, Isola's is doing it right because they're not dancing. Are any of them dancing? They're saying they're showing the food. The lady got on the hairnet or the whatever and said, "Here's the food on the buffet. Don't it look good? Blah blah blah. What's today's special?" That's the thing that gets people to come. And like she said, what's a 4-hour drive?
4-hour drive, girl.
They're coming.
When you were just saying that, it reminded me of Chef. What is his name? The chef from New Orleans. He's passed away now, but he was from New Orleans, and he would like, let me put a little bit of this, and he'd be pouring a whole bunch of whiskey.
Oh yeah. Is it Paul something? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh,
the one with the beret, and he was really large. Is that him?
Yeah, his name is Chef Paul Prudhomme.
Yes, Paul, and he's like, we got a little.
He used to put saltine crackers in everything.
But it reminded me of him because he would have been great on social media.
Yes.
Matter of fact, what that PBS show was, the social media time.
And remember, Emerald had all those shows, and he would cook and say "bam" and this and that, and show the food. Well, that made people want to go to his restaurant,
right? And so all we're doing now is taking that off the television and putting
on
it on
social
media and going live with it, or even if it was recorded.
And Emerald never told you to go. He never said, "Come to my restaurant." It would, you would find it yourself, or I don't know if they advertised it at the end or whatever. He never mentioned, he might have said, at my restaurant, but he never said come. People saw the food and how happy he was making the food and the bam and the this and the that. So that was an experience. People wanted that experience. So that's what Dryer Buzz is doing, the soap experience on Instagram and TikTok, and people buy when they're ready.
Right.
That's how it works. Just like the Isolas that they show, they're doing it right. They're not dance. There's no dancing people. There's no this. It's like, here's the food. It look good. This is the day special. Come on down. La la la. I haven't seen I saw the thumbnails, but I didn't see the videos. So I'm gonna go back and watch the videos. But I saw the thumbnails. I was like, that's what you have to do with TikTok. I don't know why people are thinking, well, I got to dance like a teenager. I have to do that. We're moving away from that, people. It's moving.
So I want to take a quick minute. We got Fraser Ramsey all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland on Facebook. He's also on Clubhouse, but he's not over on Clubhouse today. And then we got Flo and Shay and Mark, Sean. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this name because there's some more under there. And Natalie over in Clubhouse too. And then we also have Vince in the Clubhouse.
Hey guys.
Thank you all for joining us for Tech Life Weekly. TJ, continue.
Okay, so going back to Twitter. Now, Twitter Spaces, when I was saying that might be behind the paywall. I don't know. I'm just, throwing it out there. Twitter Spaces is now being tested on the website version of Twitter. So if you go to twitter.com on your computer, because right now Twitter Spaces was just mobile only. So now they're testing it so you can start or join a space on your desktop.
Oh, that might be fun.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Sounds interesting.
Okay, so moving on from Twitter, let's go to Snapchat. Snapchat is developing a TikTok duet clone called Remix. So what this feature allows users to create new content using the friend snap a remix, just like on TikTok. You can you film yourself dancing or talking next to somebody, a video that someone else has recorded on TikTok. So you can take that and kind of, you know, do things with it. So it's called remix on Snapchat. So they, you know, everybody's copying TikTok and Clubhouse. Everybody's copying TikTok and Clubhouse. So there we go. So Snap's comment is, I can confirm that externally we are testing the ability to reply to a friend's story with a remix snap. It lets you build on your friend's snap while recording your own alongside the original as it plays for contextual conversations on Snapchat. I like that they said conversations. That was a good throw in there. So it's not, they don't know when this is going to roll out. They're testing it. So everybody's testing things. What do you think about Snapchat? Anybody?
Okay, so for a while everybody was copying them. Now they're copying other people. I just think it's just going around and around and around. Everybody's copying everybody.
Right. Because now, and you know, I said everybody's copying TikTok and Clubhouse. So now Slack is getting a new audio feature, Clubhouse like edition. So they're going to be adding a range of audio features for all users of its work chat app. Okay. So they're saying that they're going to add this feature for leaving audio messages similar to a function available in messaging apps like Telegram. And this was in a beta test. So they're going to allow this where people can drop into rooms for conversation without requiring to schedule a meeting or initiating a call. But now, before we talk about that, let's go back to some other news this week. That Slack turned on cross Slack messaging this week, but they had to turn around and update it because there was some abuse and harassment with the tool. So what happened with this cross Slack messaging? You can add people from outside of your company Slack and send each other messages. That was the deal. Okay, but what happened was that people were sending messages with hateful comments and with the invite, because you can type in text with the invite. So people were getting abusive messages within the invite. Like one of them, they were getting an invite from somebody outside of the Slack, and the message was, "I hate you," stuff like that. So Slack had to take that down and fix it. So
wow.
What do you think about the audio features that they're putting in the Slack? And now, if you don't know how Slack works, Slack is like a intranet. It's a closed system where it's you and members of your team or your company, and there's no outsiders allowed unless they're invited in. So now Slack is saying, well, now one company might want to talk to another because of, you know, like vendors and stuff like that. So they open this connect message where you could send someone outside of your Slack and connect with them so you can talk during the app. But see, they didn't really think it through because people were like, okay,
they probably thought since it was somebody that you invited, that person would be reasonable in their reply.
Yes, exactly. You would think that's what they thought. But have they been on the internet lately? You got to close that loop. Right. Wow. So what it is now, I believe, I haven't tested, is that you can that the invitations for direct messaging and talking outside of the Slack can be sent without a message. Like you can't send, because they get to see the text message that comes along with the invite. Now I think it's just invite only, and then you have to really, if you know the person, yes, but if you don't know them, then go, I don't know you, Mariah Carey, I don't know you.
You know what I mean? I mean, okay. See, this all comes back to good home training.
All right, so here's the company. I want to read the company statement about the Connect DMs because they're opt-in. Okay. And you have to accept the request from someone before you interact with them. So they're saying, after rolling out Slack Connect DMs this morning, we received valuable feedback from our users about how email invitations to use the feature could potentially be used to send abusive or harassing messages. We are taking immediate steps to prevent this type of abuse, beginning today with the removal of the ability to customize a message when a user invites someone to Slack Connect DMs. That was a good idea. idea that they didn't think about, like Terralina said, they thought, everybody's happy, joy, joy. But no, there's some people out there that they wake up going, well, who can I harass today on the internet?
Wow.
And it is unfortunate that there are people with the mindset of just not being nice or just man.
They wake up with that attitude.
They wake up with looking to be wrong, looking to do bad.
Yeah.
Looking
They
to
want-
use
they
their
want to
powers
do
for
bad.
evil. Really?
And like Frazier said, covering all bases. He says baseball games each
Right,
space has
because he's now
platform.
over here in Clubhouse too. So
Okay.
yeah, that is just
A
Isn't that
lot.
crazy? Well,
you think you have a straightforward idea and you're going to put it out to make it easier for people to connect, and then you got
yeah.
and
Yeah, it was like, we're gonna
not Yahoo the company.
Primarily, it's about doing business with one another. You think they want a positive relationship.
Well, it was a good idea. Like I said, they have, a company need to talk to the vendor, and the vendor is not a part of the company Slack, but they need to talk to them so they had that little connection with the connect DM, but they didn't really think it through. Like, they were in a happy place and said, "Oh, this is wonderful that everybody will be to talk to each other."
Add another feature, yeah.
But they didn't, like I said, the people that wake up every day going, well, how can I make somebody's day horrible?
Wow.
But they fixed it, but they have an update, so the tool is still available. It's just now, always be careful about who you connect with online, really. So this is an example.
Okay.
All right. So one thing from YouTube, YouTube is testing automatically detecting products in your videos. So it's a new feature that automatically detects products within videos and displays them in a list with related products. That's the official word from YouTube. So this is a test. It's experimental, only for US users watching on video. So they're going to have it where AI detects products in the videos, and it says it will appear between recommended videos as viewers scroll past the video player itself.
Okay, so are they going to pay us if it was in there?
Yeah. What does that mean?
No, well, say you're doing a video on YouTube and you have a can of Pepsi or something or whatever.
Yes.
You don't mention a Pepsi. Well, the AI can detect that that's a can of Pepsi. And I'm going to tell you what they're going to do with this is going to go to personalized ads. Because if you're watching it, the next thing that you see after the video will be something, an ad for Pepsi or whatever. That's where they're going to go with it.
And it'll pop up because
it'll be an ad. It's after the video is over.
Right, because I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was like it wasn't the regular ad, where it stopped. You play it, and then after 5 seconds you can end it.
Stop it.
This popped up in the middle of while I was watching whatever I was watching. There was an ad playing. I could not stop it.
Oh, right.
I experienced that once. What is that?
YouTube is not going to let you stop ads anymore. And also they're going to put ads on everything and you won't be able to control it. We talked about that maybe a month or two ago. I don't know. I haven't seen it roll out, but ads are here to stay online. So the thinking behind that is YouTube wants you to buy YouTube Premium. So you don't see any ads. So you don't see any ads.
For $15 a month.
That's what they want you to do. They get money. Remember, YouTube is a business. Google's a business. Facebook is a business. They're all businesses. They have to make money. They have to keep their shareholders happy.
All I'm thinking, Terry, is okay, there's another $15 onto the list of my.
You don't have to. See, this is the thing. You can use YouTube. This is what we're saying with Twitter. I can still use Twitter as the free version, whatever they're going to give me. I don't want to pay for all of that. So you don't have to pay. You can still use YouTube, but you're going to have ads and you won't be able to click away from them.
Money, right?
And you say, I don't like ads. Let me buy YouTube Premium, which I think YouTube Music comes with it. I'm not sure, but This is all, how you decide. It's the same with the streaming services. How do
Yeah.
you decide which one you want?
No,
Well,
Exactly.
if you
I
watch a lot of YouTube and you don't
I
like
do.
the ads, there's premium, or you suffer through it, or I look away, or I change the tab, I look at something else and I come back in a few seconds. I don't
now,
look
see,
at
here's
that.
the thing. Now, if YouTube, I think this would be a good idea. I hope YouTube is listening. If you want me to do YouTube TV, put in there, give me the music, give me the other YouTube, just the
Oh, the
regular,
whole bundle.
just give me the whole bundle for the same amount, and I would probably pay for that. I'm not
Mhm.
going to pay for right now. It's $15 to do
For the,
that.
for
Then
the
Red is
premium.
no
Mhm.
longer a part of it, and Shorts I don't even think is a part of it. But if you did that, maybe I'd be more inclined to do the whole bundle. Give
Mm.
me everything in your bundle.
Well,
Don't.
they might do that.
Mm-hmm.
Since you said it's in the air. We're on YouTube. YouTube might be listening to that. YouTube. So
Yes, because that's a whole different scenario.
Wow.
yeah, but just realize that this AI recognition thing is going to be tied to ads, because that's how all of these apps make money unless they charge you. Twitter has the ad, you can buy ads, but they're not making a lot of revenue from that. So now they're going, let's look at the subscription side of it. And that's what's going on. So we have to decide as users, do we want to use the free version as limited, or do we want the paid, or do we want to watch the ads with YouTube? It's a lot of stuff to decide.
Wow. A lot going on.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is going to let you save your stories as a draft. So it's working on an option to let you save your Instagram stories as drafts so you can post them later. So you can say, well, I got time to make a story now, but I want to add something to it later. So you can, do the first part of it or whatever, and then save it as a draft, and then come back later and put a sticker on it, or, all the little tools, put some text on it.
Well, that might be now. See, that might be the workaround for the Twitter editing. If we could save it as a draft.
Oh.
Well, you can save Twitter drafts now. That's not a. They have that.
Oh, okay.
If you back out of a tweet, it'll ask you, do you want to save it for later?
Okay, cool.
You come back and work on it again. So thank you for mentioning that, because that's how it works. You can start a story and say, well, I'm going to finish it later because I have to add something or whatever. So now you save your story as a draft, come back to draft. So TikTok does that. Twitter does that. Who else has drafts? I can't remember. But that's it. So you can save it for later and upload it and say, well, I'm done. I'm putting a sticker on it, or I need some more. I need to find out what kind of text I want to put on that. So I'll do it later, and then you post it later. So there's another option. All right.
Okay.
Also, they're letting you. Well, I mean, and also you can download your stories to your camera roll to publish in the future. But they're saying that this is better because you don't lose the tags. Like if you do a story and then you tag somebody and you don't, you're not saving it, it will lose all of that goodness. So you have to redo everything. So, this is from Instagram, because they're saying this was requested feature, so they've added it. So there you go. Also, another thing for stories, they're testing new quick reply stickers to stories, because now you can do a quick reply with an emoji in a story right now on Instagram. And all that is when you see a story and you want to respond to somebody, there's a little cover that pops up and it says quick replies with emojis only, like the most popular emojis that you use. And then you can just quickly tap and reply. So they're doing that with stickers instead of emojis. So it's going to be emojis and stickers. Quick reply. This is stories only. Okay. All right.
Okay.
That's what's going on with Instagram. Not much this week. Good. Now, over to Facebook. They I'm laughing because Facebook. So they're testing a green screen creation option for Facebook stories. Here we are, we're still in the story. So now we're on Facebook stories. So they're letting you do a green screen option. So if you use TikTok, you've seen that where you can pull that up and do a green screen, and then you can pull up an article or a picture and it shows behind you while your face is on the screen. That's green screen with your background. Okay. So you can do that with the stories. It's going to allow you to overlay your video, your video over selected video or still image. All right. So the
Oh,
option
okay.
will be available within your stories, Facebook stories. Once you select it, you'll be able to add a photo or video from your camera roll, and then it will be added as the background. All right,
So
everybody got that? Facebook
yes.
stories, green screen background. You can add a still image or video.
So all
They
those
don't have the
beautiful
Zoom,
pictures.
look, they don't got the Zoom green screen right, and now we're gonna let them loose with the stories.
I'm just saying, you already bought the green screen, but Fran, now all those beautiful pictures that you take can be in your background. You can be down at the duck pond, and over in, you know what I
No,
mean?
because see, the green screen is not as simple as it seems, and Dr. Tati will talk about that probably when she
Mhm.
gets up, when it's time for media. You can't just put a green screen up.
Right.
So much more to go
A
with.
the physical one, yes, it's
Yeah,
very it's
we
difficult.
were talking about that over on one of the clubhouse sessions that Dryer Bus had this week, and Tachi really
You,
gave us
oh my
some very
God.
good information. We have a comment here from Fraser about Tachi. He says, how Tachi manages when doing media scope with several platforms. You're getting around all of them, he says.
Well,
But she
Dr.
was,
Tati has a nice producer
Mhm.
called Curtis.
mhm. And
Curtis.
also this is her wheelhouse. She's all about,
Yeah.
video, and
I
she's
still
just
don't think
talented.
they don't have it down. Don't give people free tools that they don't know nothing about and letting them loose. I'm sorry, stop.
Yep, this is gonna be fun. Okay.
Okay, so we got one more. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
TJ. No, go for it.
We got one more Facebook story. Facebook is looking to test and launch audio only rooms.
No.
Like this. Remember I said earlier that they're copying TikTok and Clubhouse. So now they had a test. One of the reverse engineers. There's so many now. I have to keep a list of them and follow them. So
Wow.
he discovered the option where you can go into rooms and there'll be an option for a live audio, and it says broadcast an audio only room to listeners, or you do straight audio, which is start a private audio room with friends, and then video, start a private video room with friends. So Facebook is testing this audio only options for rooms, and that's going to be their Clubhouse copy, because they don't have to build it from scratch. And I figured they were going to do this, that they were going to take messenger rooms or just rooms and build on top of that, because it is audio and video now in the messenger rooms, right? I
Okay.
believe so.
Right, because they've
So
already had rooms, but nobody. I don't know of anybody that
nobody
was.
when it first came out, we were popping in, oh, hey. I don't, is anybody using messenger rooms or the Facebook
Not
rooms?
really.
So that's what they're using to build on their Clubhouse copy, their Clubhouse clone. So they don't have to start from scratch. They already got that and said, hey, we're going to add these options in. So when you start a room, you can decide whether it's audio only, video, or private, where it's just,
And see, I can see how that would work, because if you got people, maybe we want to have a Biz Chicks private
Mm,
conference or
yeah.
something. You can
Mhm.
just invite everybody to come into the room, and you don't have to go and find them to invite them. They would be right there in the room.
Mhm.
Right. And this is going to work really good in groups, because you've already had a group around a topic. People are already in there. So you can have people that regularly interact in the group. Then you have this option where you can do a Clubhouse type thing in the group. So see that level of privacy there.
Right.
So,
I like that, because you
so
can.
that's right. So you could do the webinar in there. You could do a workshop, a mastermind, whatever, inside of your Facebook group, because it's already set up with people who are talking about a particular topic, know each other, they're already having conversations post only. But now
Mhm.
you can have it where it's audio, like Clubhouse.
I like that, because that would save time without having to try and set something up on Zoom or
Yes.
somewhere else, you
Yes.
already have a
They're
group.
already there. They're
Right.
already there in the group. And if you go to my page, Facebook, Terry Johnson Online, I put up the screenshots there and we talked about it. And Tachi left a lovely comment saying, what was it? Oh, Master of None, Master of None.
This particular thing that they have might be something worth doing.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff like Lyra and whatever else that went
All the
by.
things.
This might work because Messenger works well. Instead
Right.
of weird stuff, we can actually have a conversation with the people who are connected with us.
Right.
Yeah.
And then remember, Clubhouse is still not on Android. They're saying in a couple of months. So if Facebook puts their thing out now, and their Clubhouse, I don't know if they're calling it rooms, audio rooms, whatever they're calling it, but that option will be in Facebook. And like I said, if you've already got a group, remember in Clubhouse you have to set up, you set up your club, your room, your club, and then people join that and they see the option. But if you've got a Facebook group already going, thousands of people, and Facebook drops this tool in, I don't need to go to Clubhouse. I mean, I like Clubhouse because there's conversations going on that you can discover. A Clubhouse has its options, but it's just like it's not the only kid on the block anymore. Like Facebook is coming along saying, well, you already got a community. Here's your tool that acts like Clubhouse, and you'll be able to have the audio rooms. So we'll see how that goes. So what does everybody think of that?
Jasmine came into Clubhouse and she raised her hand to have a conversation. Okay. Just letting you know that this is being recorded live over on our BizChicks.live channel. Jasmine, did you want to weigh in on something?
Hey, good morning. Yes, I actually wanted to weigh in on the topic about the Instagram and green screen. So I heard someone mention that it makes it something or equated to like the Zoom green screen. It's actually not. So the Facebook green screen. Instagram has green screen, the green screen option. And basically what it is a filter. And you just do it in the app, in your story. Or if you're doing a reel, you can use it. The same filter in the reel. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exact same thing going over to Facebook. It will just be a filter. So it's not something you have to like do outside of the app and then bring on like a Zoom background. It'll all be in app. I'm pretty confident of that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jasmine.
You're welcome.
Frazier said he had to go. See you later, Frazier.
Bye, Frazier. Thanks for coming. All the way from Scotland.
Thanks, Frazier.
Okay, so that's it for this week in social media news. We're done.
Wow.
Right. So Dr. Tachi is up, and she's going to be talking about this week in media. What we got going on? Dr. Tachi, are you there? She was doing dual duty today.
Yes, so. I wonder if she's available. She may not be available. Well, who was it that's setting up something for kids? Was it Facebook setting up Instagram, or what? Who was that?
Instagram is going to have an app for kids. They were talking about that.
And my question is, are kids really on Instagram? Like
they
that?
are, but they're going on and changing their date because you have to be 13.
So,
yes. So they're changing their birth date to get on. They're there.
Okay.
So what they're doing is, so instead of Instagram, accommodating, I was going to say felons, but that's not quite the word. Instead of accommodating that, they're going to make something for that age group.
They're making them perpetrate.
Just like YouTube for kids. There's a YouTube for kids, right? There's a YouTube.
Okay.
And the kids are supposed, under 13 are supposed to use YouTube for kids, but it's up to the parent. That's how you police that. So same thing with Instagram, because there's a date gate of you have to, be 13 and up. So if the kid is 9 or 10, if they put in a real date, it's going to say you can't join. But if they have the Instagram for kids, then they can join that one. And supposedly it's going to be a safer space where, adults won't be able to
Echoes,
direct message them, because they can do that now. And the Instagram stopped that in the regular app. Like an adult can't DM somebody that I think it's under 18, maybe, according to the age that they put in on their account.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think we may be concluding. Dr. Tachi may still be in her handling her meeting, but we did talk about some media today. So I think we covered our bases, ladies. What do
We
you
talked
think?
about the wagon drive-in, yeah. And I talked about the fact that it's going to cost us more for Disney Plus, and I do have Disney Plus, so I guess I can give my grandkids another buck. Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay. So for Marvel fans, and I just happened to be wearing this today, really had no idea I was going to be doing this. But Marvel fans, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is out on Disney Plus. It's like a weekly. WandaVision first came out, so if you're part of the Marvel universe and you like that type of thing, and you're like, okay, I've seen all of the movies, and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. Well, where else? Look, when I need more. Well, Marvel is giving you more through Disney Plus. So you can watch WandaVision, which was really good. I thought it was going to be like, okay, whatever. But it was good. And it's a whole series. And
what
then,
is WandaVision? Spell that?
Wanda.
W-O or W-A? Okay.
Wanda.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to be following the characters, Wanda and Vision.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did a thing with that, and then now it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier are in every Friday. There's a new episode. Series that's happening on Disney Plus.
Okay.
And it was really good. The first one was good. I was like, oh dang it, I gotta wait till next week for the next one. But it was good. And so Marvel is still continuing. And movies are coming out too. So go ahead.
All righty. So I want to thank you guys. I've been educated not to go actually use Disney Plus because I like Marvel.
All of Marvel stuff is over there except for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But everything else is over there.
Okay.
All right.
So we want to thank everybody who's watched live, those who watched on the replay, those who are in Clubhouse, and wherever else you may have found us. We want to say thank you so much. You tuned in. You can join us in Clubhouse. You can. I forgot how to do that, Terry. How do you just tap on our? I should have put it in the room. But anyway, you can join Biz Chicks over on Clubhouse. You can join us here in general by texting BIZ to
33777.
Ooh, almost forgot it. And just so you guys know, the 5-digit codes are going to be going away soon. That's just another thing in tech. But when you're doing texting, they're going to get rid of the 5-digit codes, I believe, starting June 1st.
Wow.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then we want you to know that you can find Terry Johnson online.
Everywhere.
Okay.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
And Terry Johnson online. What's happening Monday?
Monday.
Is it first Monday?
Monday Tea Thoughts and Conversations. We'll be talking about topics that'll help you with your business and provocative conversations about business.
Ooh.
Okay, so come on by, drop by the Clubhouse. We have plenty. She says, Chachi says she's in a meeting. She is back soon. She's in a meeting back soon. So
with that,
we want to say, remember to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.